What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the NerdyMark channel. I am Sid the NerdyMark, and this is the NerdyMark News Show. So if you remember, I used to actually separate the NerdyMark News Show into the NerdyMark Wrestling Show and in other news back then, and then I made it just the NerdyMark News Show and just made it like more like a live stream. And the thing is, at that time, I wanted to make sure that I had enough news about wrestling and about nerd culture, but I'm not going to worry about that anymore. So it's whatever the biggest stories were in both of those realms. If there's more stories on wrestling, I will cover more wrestling content. If there's more stories on nerdy culture, nerdy stuff, I'll cover more stuff on that. So it just really depends on what are the biggest stories to break out this particular week, okay? So with that out of the way, let's get into some news stories. Our first piece of news comes from NXT 2.0. The ring general Walter was in a match against Diamond Mine's Roderick Strong, and Walter did pick up the win. And shortly after, the announcer was about to announce the winner of the match, but Walter got on the microphone and said, "Nine, the winner of this match is Gunther," and proceeded to beat up on Roderick Strong some more, along with the rest of Imperium and Diamond Mine, who came out shortly after, and they got into a little scrap. Now, Walter, his name has officially changed to Gunther. Now, I will be honest with you, many people, including myself, have voiced their displeasure over the newly changed name, as you can see by this Drake meme that I've made and posted, which I'm very proud of, by the way. You all should be proud of me, because I know how to do memes. You know, on top of the fact that it sounds like a less intimidating name than Walter, a lot of people have spoken concerns and started sparking controversy because WWE had also trademarked the name Gunther Stark, who, by the way, if you don't know, was a U-boat commander during World War II for the Nazis. Now, I mean, I can kind of understand why some people would be upset. Because of this, WWE has officially dropped the Gunther Stark trademark, but has still retained the name Gunther for Walter. WWE seems to be the land where names just keep on changing. I don't know why you need to change their names all of a sudden, you know? Like if Walter first came in to WWE or NXT UK and his name was Gunther off the off, first of all, we would have been like, what the hell? But I think we would have gotten used to it. But now we have to get used to it when his name, as he has been going as Walter all this time for the past, 3-4 years, and now they're suddenly changing his name, really? And, you know, this kind of almost seems to be like, you know what, forget everything you knew about him from NXT UK. Matter of fact, what is an NXT UK? You know, well, we don't know what that is. There's only NXT 2.0, and it's the best thing going. It's just really ridiculous to see that, because Walter was brilliant in NXT UK as the NXT UK champion. He was amazing. And then, of course, Imperium came around, and they were awesome. They had a great match at Worlds Collide with the Undisputed Era, which was good stuff. Walter and his matches with Ilya Dragunov were some of the best matches. Some of them made match of the year. And you're gonna just forget about all that, and now you're gonna call him Gunther. And I mean, at this point, I would not be surprised if they made him dress up in like a Nazi uniform and carry around the swastika. Like, that would suck so bad if they did that. But knowing WWE, they just might, because I don't know, is he gonna be like an anti-American gimmick now because we haven't had enough of those? I don't know, man. I really do worry for the ring general Walter. I will call him nothing else. He is Walter, god damn it. And now to some much better news from AEW. It just seems to be the norm these days. You get a bunch of shitty news from WWE and some pretty good news from AEW. We did see Jon Moxley return on this week's episode of Dynamite from rehab. He looks great, by the way. He looks super healthy, as you can see by this picture here. He cuts a really good promo. He told off a heckler who called him a drunken piece of trash.
Hey, go fuck yourself. Get that guy out of here. piece of shit.
You know, the kind of promo that made me just feel like he's ready to just take on the world. He did face off against America's top teams, All Ego Ethan Page, this Friday on Rampage, and in a winning effort, he beat him with the rear naked choke. We haven't seen that in a while. Like, seeing Moxley in the ring just brought so much happiness to my heart, because I love Jon Moxley. As he was going towards the back, well, actually, he was leaving through the crowd. As he was leaving, Bryan Danielson was there to greet him, and he applauded him and everything. Obviously, I think it was for his successful rehab, but they did have a bit of a stare down. So it looks like we're gonna get Bryan Danielson versus Jon Moxley. I am very excited for this. Now, I'm honestly not sure if Dean Ambrose and Daniel Bryan have faced off in WWE. I'm sure they have. I don't think they've had like a legit feud. So this should be interesting. I know that they feuded a little bit in Dragon Gate around 2010-ish. So it's just going to be interesting to see that, because the only reason I know is because I was one time watching a bunch of old Jon Moxley promos, and he literally said that he wanted Bryan Danielson's head on a stick. And I think he still wants that now. So that would be cool. I am very excited to see a newly kind of just someone with a more renewed sense of purpose in the form of Jon Moxley and Bryan Danielson have this feud. It's going to be very interesting to see, and I am there for it. I don't know about you, but I am so ready. That being said, we also had Cody Rhodes return from injury, the current TNT champion, and he cuts his promo amid boos and chants of Royal Rumble and also STFU, which, I don't want to say the full thing because I try to keep it somewhat PG around here. Maybe PG-13, but you know what I'm saying. Then goes out to cut a very impassioned promo referencing CM Punk's pipe bomb and how it was kind of the precursor to the Forbidden Door. He also took shots at NXT changing people's names, and also his free agency. He basically said that he kind of invented the Forbidden Door, because in CM Punk's pipe bomb, he said that he would take the WWE title to Ring of Honor, to New Japan, to the Indies, wherever. And Cody Rhodes, he kind of sort of did that when he was the NWA champion or the IWGP US champion or the Ring of Honor champion. He took those belts wherever he went, whether it was in New Japan or Impact or wherever, what have you, or the Indies. He took it everywhere, so that makes a lot of sense. After that, he cuts an amazing promo, and then he also talked a little bit about his free agency. He said that they offered him a contract, but it wasn't the contract that he wanted, so blurring the lines between reality and kayfabe, I don't know. But he then finally proceeds to challenge the interim TNT champion Sammy Guevara to a ladder match at Beach Break happening next Wednesday. So that should be really good. And our final piece of news today comes from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, of the MCU, and we have a new trailer for the Disney Plus series Moon Knight, and my God, it looks really good. Like, this is a series that I am very much interested in seeing how they work him into live action. Matter of fact, I actually have been reading a little bit of the Moon Knight comic. This is only issue 1, but I have been reading it. It's actually really cool. It's from, I got it from Frankie's Comics, in case you're wondering. Not a sponsor, but Frankie, give me a call if you want to send me a check. I'm just very, very much, intrigued to see how they bring about this character into live action. A lot of people, I've heard compare him to being like, the Marvel's answer to Batman. But to be honest, minus, him just working throughout, in the shadows and wearing, a cape and a cowl, as you can see here, there's a lot of differences between Moon Knight and Batman. His origins do come from ancient Egypt. He has 2 alter egos, at least 2. From the trailer, they're going to focus on Mark Spector and Stephen Grant, who is, in this version, a gift shop employee at a museum. Although in the comics, he's more of like the genius philanthropist, billionaire playboy, as Iron Man says. Mark Spector is a mercenary, and he becomes Moon Knight because he is left for dead in an Egyptian temple, and then he makes a deal with Khonshu, I believe that's the god's name, and he basically makes him come back, reanimates him, and brings him back to life again as Moon Knight. Just kind of, this man has like basically a mental disorder called dissociative identity disorder, or DID for short. It's funny, they're really doing several heroes with mental health issues, but starting with WandaVision, Doctor Strange when he had that mental breakdown with his alternate version, the What If series, and now we have Moon Knight. He's got a mental disorder. I mean, this 2022 is the year of mentally disabled or mentally challenged superheroes. I mean, even in 2019 with the Joker, Arthur Fleck has a mental illness. I mean, I don't know what they're trying to tell us, man, but I'm just saying, if they're putting this emphasis on mental health, I mean, more power to them, so kudos. But overall, man, the freaking trailer looks amazing. I can't wait to watch Moon Knight, and of course I'm gonna be reading this comic as well. I actually started reading it, I didn't finish it, even though it's only like this long, but definitely I'm gonna check that out. If you watched Moon Knight, what did you guys think about the trailer? Let me know in the comments section below, and also let me know what you guys thought about all of the other news articles that I talked about this week. So that pretty much sums it up for this week's NerdyMark News Show. Again, like I said, leave your comments and thoughts below on all the news articles that we talked about. If you guys like this, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on social media. Tell your friends about the Nerdy Mark. Make sure you hit that bell so that you're notified every time I release a new video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your continued support. I love each and every one of you. And with that being said, this is Sid signing off. You guys take care. Bye-bye.